Hi guys, this is a yoga video for the neck and the shoulders. So quick 15 minutes to ease out any tension that you've got going on in this general area, which I for one definitely feel it here when I'm a bit stressed, or if you've been doing lots of digging in the garden or anything like that. So you can do this either sat down on the floor on a cushion, or you can sit on a chair, but I will encourage you to stand up if you can, especially if you've been sat down all day, but just know there are those options and you can adapt it to suit. So if you are stood up, just make sure that your feet are hip width distance apart and inside edges of your feet are parallel. And whether you're sat down or you're stood up, I want you to imagine that you've got a string attached to the crown of your head, and that string's gently drawing you up taller towards the ceiling. So your chin's slightly tucking and you're finding length through the back of your neck. And either close your eyes down or lower your gaze for a couple of seconds. And take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in again and intentionally shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you breathe out, soften them slowly down. Do that again. Inhale, shrug the shoulders intentionally up towards your ears. And then soften them all the way back down. Okay, we're going to start with a little movement with breath, just to start relaxing the system, and sometimes just taking some smooth deep breaths, you can just feel a little bit of a softening in the shoulders and your neck. So palms down by your side, face your hands behind you, so palms face back. Soften through the knees if you're standing, just stay sat up tall if you're sat down. And as you inhale, float the hands up to shoulder height, straighten the legs if you're standing. Turn the palms to face each other and then open up your arms like big wings. As you exhale, hands come back towards the center, palms face down, and slowly soften the hands down by your side and soften the knees if you're standing at the same time. And then repeat. Inhale to lift and open the arms. See if you can really open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, staying nice and tall through the rest of the spine. Exhaling to float the hands back down and softening the knees as the hands come back down by your side if you're standing. Keep going. Moving with breath. See how smooth you can make these movements. This is called, well, I call it flying goose. We might call it a flying seagull for Cornwall. And it is a Tai Chi, Qigong style movement. Okay, and finish whichever movement you are, bringing the hands down by your side and stand up tall. And then shrug your shoulders up towards your ears again. And then gently squeeze the shoulders back behind you. So chest opens, shoulder blades squeezing together. And then let the shoulders completely relax down, or as much as they will. And then draw the shoulders towards each other in front of you. So you're stretching between the shoulder blades. And then we're going to move these 4 positions into a smooth rolling motion. So up, back, down and forwards. Bringing a quality of softness, smoothness to the movement. Even if it is quite clunky, sometimes can feel like fireworks are going off in our shoulders. But as best you can, inviting a smoothness to the move. See if you can breathe in for half the circle, half the movement, and breathe out for the other half. You might close your eyes down. Lovely, and then relax the shoulders down and just notice any after effects from that stretch. Notice how the shoulders and neck feel now. Okay, and now I'd like you to imagine that you've got a pen on the end of your nose and you're going to draw some circles with that pen. If you're stood up or sat down, keep the spine nice and tall. Again, inviting a smooth quality to the movement. Not forcing our neck where it doesn't want to go. These could be really small circles. Adapt if you've got any injuries around the neck and just one bit you need to go really slow and gentle over. And then reverse the circles in the other direction. And then come back up to center and stand up nice and tall, face the palms forwards. Back of your neck nice and long, that string drawing you up towards the ceiling. Breathing here for a moment. Notice how your neck feels now. And when I say notice, I mean just really feel it. The tingles, the aches, whatever it is, and rather than thinking about it. Okay, and now I'm going to interlace the hands, and this is sort of like a rock the baby kind of pose. That's what I think of when I do it. So we're going to hold the hands as if we've got a baby or a puppy, if puppies are more your thing, or a kitten. And we're going to draw circles with the arms. So really feeling that movement of the shoulder blades, the scapula. Trying to reach as far as feels okay for you. Still kind of, finding the edge of sensation, but try not to force past it. And then I'd invite you to try, if you're standing, push your hips the opposite way. And this can be a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy, but it's really good for our coordination, so do your best. And as the arms come up, really draw the shoulder blades, the elbows back. And then go the other way. See if you can keep that hip swing going as well. Really drawing the elbows back as you get up. Great stretch for the shoulders. And one more big circle. And bring the arms down. Lovely. Okay, reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch up, breathe in. Bring the fingers to touch overhead and bring your hands to your heart into prayer position. Anjali Mudra. Interlace your fingers and lift your elbows up. And then push your palms forwards, rounding slightly forwards, pushing your shoulder blades apart. You might have a little kind of wriggle here. And reach your arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders and take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Stand up even taller or sit up even taller and side stretch over to your left. See if you can push the hips the opposite way, hips over to the right, and try and keep the chin a little bit lifted, so not too kind of tucked into the chest, but just a little bit up, but still long through the back of the neck. Big breaths. And then reach all the way back up, take a big stretch up and swap sides. So take hold of your left wrist with your right hand and over to the right. Push the hips over the other way. Really breathing into the left side body. And then come all the way back up and float the hands slowly back down by your side. And maybe just shake the legs out a little bit if you're stood up, or you could change seated position. Give your legs a little kick. Just check what we do with the time. Fab. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to take our fingertips to touch onto our shoulders. You might want to take the feet a little bit wider if you're stood up. This one is really nice stood up, so maybe stand up just for this one if you're sat down. And we're going to swing, twist one way and the other. And you can sort of isolate this a little bit into the upper back and shoulders, or you can really swing into the whole spine and go nice and slow if you are recovering from any injuries. Or you can speed it up a little bit. You might get some good clicks, some back adjustments. And then release. And take your right ear down to your right shoulder and reach the left hand out to the side. Option to take the right hand on top of the head. There's a little bit of extra weight, but be gentle with your neck. Especially if you've heard it recently, you don't want to force the stretch. And then bring your chin slightly down towards your chest, so you just might change where you feel the stretch, and you can kind of wriggle your chin around a little bit to feel into that kind of back side of the neck. And then bring the chin to chest. Standing up tall through the rest of the spine, maybe interlacing the hands and gently popping them on top of your head. But just doing it without hands on head if that feels better today. And then release the hands and take your left ear to your left shoulder and reach the right fingertips out. Option to pop the left hand on top of the head for a little bit of extra weight. Nice and gentle. Feeling the sensation of the stretch. Letting go of judgments, whether it's good or it's bad. Just being with the sensations themselves. And then dropping the chin to your chest slightly, and maybe just moving the chin around a little bit. And then rolling the chin down to the chest and look up just for one. Opening the throat and take a big breath in and a long breath out. Bring the head back up to center and stand up nice and tall again. Feet back to hip width distance apart. Breathing here. You can just intentionally soften a little bit more with each exhale. You could come to lay down on your back for a few minutes if you've got time, just to let that sink in. Or just a few breaths here. And then get on with your day. Namaste, everybody. Thank you.